Hi. There is so many traps, pitfalls, misunderstandings regarding spirituality and what it's like to awaken to one's true nature. Some call it enlightenment, God realization, self-realization, to wake up to one's true nature when your higher self integrates with whatever else. And the first is the idea that so many people have of what it is to be enlightened. That our mind, our ego, has some type of vision, an idea of what it's like when we have arrived. That we will always be happy with a smile on our face forever and ever. That we can read other people's minds, that we can see auras, we can talk to angels, we can time and space travel, maybe we can perform some miracles. We're going to join some galactic family on another planet, and there are so many ideas and concepts of what it's like. But the thing is, our mind cannot understand, cannot comprehend. Our mind, brain, is made for logic, for things that can be measured, understood, weighed, and put in diagrams and stuff. Whereas our heart is there to feel the subtle things, the things that cannot be measured, like love, happiness, joy, peace, intimacy. Another great pitfall, I'd say, or a challenge, a hinder, is that it's if you have had an experience in meditation, maybe with intimacy, beauty, or even if you've experienced some trauma at times, a glimpse of unconditional love, a glimpse of unity, peace, love. You had a taste for your divine nature. And what happens then? It's so good that that's all you want. And you try to recreate that somehow. Because if you were doing a specific meditation, a specific place, you might try to want to get that again. You want that feeling again. And then you're not present because you want something. It's the mind that wants it. And it's so easy that the ego makes it about itself, that the ego has something to do with that experience. And it will try to tell you how to go about get it again. But it doesn't work like that. It's impossible. It only happens when you're completely present and open and do not have desires about what you want or what you don't want. Another pitfall is developing a spiritual ego. And that is so easy. Because a lot of people have this idea about an ego is always this narcissistic, selfish type of ego. But an ego can come in so many different forms. You have the good ego, the kind ego, the spiritual ego. And it will sneak in when you least expect it. So be aware that just because you've had some experiences of innermost being, maybe even periods, maybe even worked on yourself for a long time, and you feel that you are living your essence, you're radiating your truth, you're present, and your ego is gone. Don't fool yourself. The ego is not like a switch. You just turn it off and it will always stay away. In certain situations, maybe with, a weekend with your parents, or I don't know, but in certain situations, that might be triggered again, your ego. And it's easy to develop this spiritual ego as well. I'm good, I'm enlightened, I have a high vibration, I'm a bit special, I have this special connection to higher energies and beings, or either me, myself, or this little group of people, that we somehow have the knowledge, we are on the right path, we are more evolved, we have, I don't know, better karma or better intuition, or that you separate yourself somehow from others. And that can also happen in the idea that self-realization, enlightenment, is only for a very small group of people, that either you feel inferior, that it's only a certain amount of a very selected group of highly sort of evolved special beings, or that you feel that you are one of them, that special select group, and that it's difficult, it's almost like a reward to a selected few. That's also a big trap. Another one is to always be in the higher chakras, higher dimensions, light, energy, and you're supposed to be so angelic and good and kind and vibrant and radiant all the time. And you keep on like higher and higher, higher vibration, higher vibrations. But you live in this body now, here on earth, and you need to ground yourself. Your whole body needs to be on this journey. Your lower chakras need to be integrated. You need to live life here, now, in the world, in society, on this planet, with Mother Nature, because you're part of it. So try to close off different parts of yourself, saying this is spiritual and high energy and vibration, and this is low. Like the body's bad, or certain desires are bad, and no, integrate it. All parts, and also the parts of yourself that you might not be proud of. And the emotions that you don't like, the painful stuff. So-called lower emotions, what we call like sadness and anger and jealousy and frustration and all of that. That has also got its place. They are there to show you things, to point to stuff you need to look at. They're not any better or worse than any other feeling. And so this whole thing of always striving for this higher, actually, especially for women, it's almost like there is this new age or spiritual, religious patriarch that has this idea of a woman, of the divine feminine, as a lot of people call it, of only being this nurturing, loving, caring, mother feelings and openness and stillness. Yes, that is part of the feminine energy, but just a little part of it. You also have the raw power, the warrior. You think of the goddesses, the Indian goddess Kali, or the Hawaiian goddess Pele, the volcanic goddess. That's raw power. That is also feminine. So you can't just pick one part and discard the other. You can't just pick the higher chakras and the high vibration and discard the others. We make it so complicated because we still have the ego. And the ego, it always needs to create confusion, problems, try to solve them and then take credit for them. Lives in the future, lives in the past, see world through filters, and it always wants to be special. It feels that it needs to be a little bit different, a little bit special, or superior or inferior in some way, better or worse, but special, so that it will be loved and accepted. The thing is that the ego, our identifications with external factors of thoughts, feelings, emotions, what we experienced in life, the identifications with all sorts of, things like our body and nationality and our beliefs and opinions and what we've learned in school and from religion, from our parents, from media, news, all of that. All these identifications. All these ideas about what we want, what we don't want. This ego, it's like a hungry beast that's never satisfied. that gets never full. Always wants something else, always something more. Might be happy for a little bit, but then he wants something else or something more. All the time like that. And this same ego is the one that has this idea about self-realization, about enlightenment. It has an idea about what spirituality like, what a spiritual person is supposed to be like, look like, act like. And it has this idea that it's complicated somehow and only for a special few. Because it feels separate and it wants to feel special. But the ego can never know what it's like. Because our true nature, our core, our essence, is regardless of the ego. It's our base, our foundation. When you shine the light of your awareness, your conscious awareness, at this very moment, you observe the ego, you observe your thoughts, you welcome the emotions that are there, the sensations in your body, all the emotions that are there. You're open to life in this moment. And you look and you observe what's going on with the ego, with your thoughts, with your emotions. When you shine your light of consciousness and all of that, the ego is not there. The ego cannot bear to live in this precise moment. When you are consciously aware, the ego is nowhere to be found. It's like you walk around life with a virtual reality helmet on, which is sort of like, you know how you see your world through filters, the old programmings. Also with this huge backpack on, with all your emotional luggage. Then you have chains with heavy weights on your ankles that you drag along. It's like your ancestral, family, nation, group type of trauma that they've experienced in the past, that you drag with you as well. Then you have all this jewelry, this bling, this shiny stuff to attract people, all your strategies to get what you want. And then you have, it's like, you know, this carrot dangling in front of the horse, but instead of a carrot, you have your dreams in front of you, what you want in life. Your can be, you know, money, happy marriage, children, success, whatever it is, dangling in front of you. Then you have a whip to whip away things that you don't want, things that you don't want in your life. So you're trying to get away with them. Then you carry, on the other hand, you have this shield to protect you, to not get hurt. So you walk around with all these things at the same time. And to wake up, there are different ways to wake up. Yes, you can do it slowly. It's like you're becoming more aware of your different triggers and your patterns, and, you know, understand your personal history structure. You know, you do like a mapping of your own personal history and trying to understand. So you start to pick out some stuff from your backpack here. You lighten the weight of your chains a bit, and you work on yourself a bit. Then it can happen that you experience trauma. It's like you get hit by a car or a truck, and a lot of these things will just fall off. It will be traumatic, but somehow that shakes you about so much that you for a moment stand there naked in your essence, your light, and you realize, oh wow, this is not me, all this stuff. This is who I am. Or there's a direct path, which is not really a path. It's just right here and right now. Every moment of your life, every single moment of your life is this incredible opportunity to know yourself, a doorway into your innermost being every now. Because when you're completely present, completely aware, you're open. Then all these things that you had on, they disappear for a bit. And you see yourself, others in the world, as they are, as you are. Pure, naked, just your essence. Not you plus stuff. You as you are. And that, my friend, is real self-knowledge. To know who you are, your essence. It's not complicated. It's as easy as that, knowing who you are. And you can't do that by taking a step. It's like saying, take a step towards yourself, but you can't. You can't take a step away from yourself either, because you're always yourself. So in this very moment, I'd like to invite you to just land here and now in your own being. Relax your posture, relax your jaw muscles, your forehead, drop down your shoulders, and breathe slowly from your belly. Put a smile on your face, even if you don't feel like it. And observe. Observe your breath. Observe the sensations in your body, the different feelings, emotions that are there. You just land here and now. And you just feel, you just observe. You know what? Doesn't even matter if there are thoughts. It doesn't even matter what type of thoughts come and go. You just don't put your attention to your thoughts. You direct them back. Your attention you direct back to this present moment, to that which is here. And then you direct your attention back towards yourself. That which is observing everything, the subject that is observing all the objects. And feel that open, vibrant space of love, of joy, peace. That is your nature, that is your essence. That is ever present. The more you do that, it's not even a doing, it's just a relaxing into your own being. Because it's like we're tense otherwise. But when we are in meditation, we're just naturally ourselves. We just relax into who we are. So the more often you do that, the easier it gets. And the longer it lingers, not even lingers, the longer you will be in that state. It's not even a state. It's not a state. It is your, it's so hard to put it words to, which is undescribable. The more you marinate in the stillness, in your own essence. I'm not even going to say what's going to happen. Just do it. Just feel it. And let go of all these ideas and concepts you have about spirituality. It's not a big deal. It's not, it's not a big deal at all. It's the most natural thing there is. It's for everyone. Everyone has the exact same opportunity, possibility in this very moment to wake up to the true essence. It doesn't matter if you've been in jail for murdering someone, if you're a dictator, or if you're a saint. Everyone in this moment has the possibility to know your true nature, your essence. You don't need to be special. You don't need to have a special karma or or done all these good deeds to wake up to yourself. No. It's not something for someone special, and it's not a big deal at all. Forget about that. Bye for now.